Time to fire this emblem. You're fired. Hey, that's me, Rudo. Back here with Viram and Three Houses. It's about to be a debrief. Gotta shut up.
Family waiting for me. Please, I can't die here. A beast
God.
of your depravity prattling on about family? How amusing.
Whoa, 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 Dimitri.
As
Cool
though
it.
you could understand such a thing as love? You heartless monster.
Dimitri, we're like 3 seconds into the episode. Can we talk about this? Why am I not here intervening?
You are a monster too, General. You have just yet to realize it. A monster who thinks he's a man. Despicable. As a general, you must have killed countless souls without a shred of mercy. Do you still remember the sound of them begging, just as you're begging now?
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he understands both
Or
sides.
now that your life is at its end, will you hold to the lie that your hands are not stained red with blood? This is war. I did what I had to for the Empire, for the people, for my family.
It's the same on both sides, Dimitri.
So, you are piling up corpses for the people and your family. And I am doing the same for the salvation of the dead.
It's okay. You understand. It's the same both ways. We're agreed in this, Dimitri, which means you're not about to do anything crazy and awful to this poor dude who is in front of you, who is mind surrendered. And even if we want to speak tactically, as a general in the Imperial Army that we could use as a bargaining chip, maybe.
You're wrong. Am I? I can smell the rotting flesh upon your hands even now, General.
Dimitri, your sense of smell is very obviously shot.
Enough! That's enough! I won't kill you right away, my fellow monster. Unless you object to watching your friends die. One by one.
What, have we captured them too? Or are you just saying you're gonna, bring him to every battle so we can watch?
If so, I will do you the service of removing your eyes first, so that...
Come on, Dimitri. Can you not?
Please! Please! Forgive me.
Byleth! That's not what I meant!
What is the meaning of this?
I couldn't bear to watch.
A grievous error, Professor.
What, are you gonna kill me now?
If you do not approve of what I have become, then kill me.
No, I don't want. Do you not understand that I cannot want two things? I don't want you to torture that man, and I don't want to kill you.
If you insist that you cannot, then I will continue to use you and your friends until the flesh falls from your bones.
Man, why would you have to do that to Randolph? He was such a chill dude, even though he killed us 5 times last episode.
We managed
well,
to repel
shit.
the Imperial Army, but we remain divided on our next course of action.
Yo, I don't remember that. Holy balls. Byleth, that was so wildly... I mean, I know Dimitri was just gonna kill him even if we put him some... all I could do would just, if I just picked him up and moved him somewhere. It was either Dimitri kills him or I don't know, get him out of the country. There wasn't really another way, I guess, but... Holy crap, dude. I don't feel like I could just move on from that. That was so wrong, intensely.
I anticipate a second and third wave of attack. With our current forces, we'll have our hands full just defending.
I'm trying to think of the last time we just straight up executed a prisoner. It's not like we were wanting for food. Do you know how much fish we have?
It's a miracle we managed to repel the Imperial Army with the few units and resources we do.
Yes, it was quite a miracle that we survived last time.
We should probably
Man, I'm not gonna be over for that death for a while.
Request backup.
Rodrigue is in a difficult position, as he has suffered invasions by the dukedom. But there are troops who share in our cause, gathering in the heart of Fraldaria's territory.
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, that's one of the areas that's been resisting, right?
If we can arrange for them to join us, our forces will grow considerably.
Alright, I just gotta put that prisoner murdering out of my mind, because that's just gonna be dragging me down and really distracted the whole episode if I don't just excise it from my brain right now. Distracted! I understand it happened, and I'm putting it over there for now.
Fraldarius. So, Rodrigue is still alive, is he?
Yes, Felix had a chance to do stuff to make lessen his daddy issues in the intervening years. We met 5 years ago.
So you did.
I wonder what my old man will say when he sees you now. That spectacle alone will be worth the trip.
Felix, you are at your peak of not helping right now.
I've already sent word with our fastest messenger, informing Rodrigue that His Highness is alive.
Was it also your most discreet messenger? Because I don't know that you want that news spreading too far.
We would do well to send another, in case anything happens to the first. With the We'll be completely helpless without his support.
Why doesn't one of us go then, since we're a super elite and all?
Your Highness, may I ask what your next plan of attack is? Should we dispatch our troops to the kingdom capital or to the imperial capital?
Jeez, can we really get to Fargus from here? Feels like we'd have like a few more cities and stuff to capture first. I'm sure Dimitri's about to be all like, I don't care.
We will take the imperial capital.
Oh, good.
There, I will kill her.
Sweet. And will that help, Dimitri? Will that really help?
We end the war and chase away the lingering regrets of the dead. Nothing could be more to the point.
Sure, okay.
That may be true, but don't forget that your people need our help right now.
Thank you. Cooler heads are prevailing. Annie?
Your Highness, I hate them too. But the citizens of Ferdiad have long awaited your return.
Just give it up already. Wasting time thinking about stuff like that will only dull your blade.
Defeating Edelgard would put an end to the war. That would benefit the kingdom as well.
We still need to look
But,
for Lady Rhea.
Ash,
So
you missed
I
the
agree
but.
that we should get to Enbar as fast as possible.
All right. Well, I suppose there
Professor,
is sense in
Whatever
some.
you decide, we shall follow.
See, Dimitri's gonna hate this, and he might even just tell me I'm wrong. But I wouldn't mind actually having the kingdom, because if we go to Enbar, just like the 12 of us now, and the kingdom territory is still empired, then they will just attack us from both sides, and we will have nowhere to run, and I would like to have places to run, so Ferdiad?
You were entrusted with leading the church. One would think the logical step is to march to Enbar.
We don't have a sturdy foundation to do so. Enbar's all the way down south. We'd have to go through like 8 major cities.
If Lady Rhea is being held prisoner in the Empire, we don't have time to waste taking back Ferdiad. Can you deny it?
I mean, she'll last for a little bit.
Either way, we are in need of numbers. It is essential that we secure backup.
Right, okay, so we're gonna do something else first anyways, is what you're saying. Thank God the choice is out of my hands. So it may be that this is mostly a supports episode because... Did I zoom my camera in? Why does it look so zoomed in? Oh, I did. Wow.
Part 2. Azure
Technology.
Moon. Pegasus Moon. Valley of Torment.
Valley of Torment. That's what I call my refrigerator. Doesn't even make sense. Sorry.
Having repelled the Imperial Vanguard, the kingdom must now supplement its meager forces.
Yes.
And so it requests reinforcements from Rodrigue, who is busy resisting Cornelia's army in Fraldarius.
And which one of the people skating across the pond is Rodrigue, eh? So this episode may or may not be more composed of supports than actually talking to people around the monastery. We may not get to all the monastery stuff today. Given we've already spent 11 minutes in that first little intro bit. Man, Dimitri, why were you... It's one thing to kill your prisoner, but then to be all like, what if I pull out your eye? Like, just to, Dimitri, you're being a problem.
Received a reply from my father. You should read it too.
Yeah, yes, please.
Gilbert has filled me in on the details. He tells me you are in immediate need of additional troops.
He tells you correctly.
I would like to say that I will gather reinforcements and send them to the monastery at once. However, I cannot afford to leave the front lines for that long.
Well, damn, then why did you even give me false hope with that first line?
Would you be willing to meet us south of Fraldarius territory in ALL, the Valley of Torment?
I'll just send back a whole letter just says, yup.
ALL is halfway between the monastery and our territory. There, I will
Good, I'm sure it's on a map. You don't need to tell me where it is. Oh, but you're explaining why you picked that location, right? The Valley of Torment?
ALS
Doesn't sound like a
lies on
fun
the
place,
border
guys.
between Kingdom territory and Alliance territory. Humans dare not approach that place.
Cats, though, they'll go anywhere, the ballsy little fuckers.
He's right. In ALL, we can meet up with them without our enemy ever finding out.
Yes, that's probably
Once
wise.
my old man delivers his soldiers to us, then our war against the Empire can finally begin.
With taking back Ferdiad, right?
The path ahead will be a difficult one, Your Highness. Deadly, in all likelihood.
No, he knows. He will be part of why it will be deadly.
True. But what's the point in wavering now?
All right, I like your point.
Father, stepmother, Glenn, and even Dedu. I am certain this will bring them great joy. I know.
Well, Dedu maybe, because he sort of has an attachment to you, but
I just know it.
I think he would be sad to see you as you are right now. I'm saying that to myself, not to Dimitri, because that would obviously wreck him to hear me say that.
The Valley of Torment.
Ah, well, that said Kingdom Soldier on it, but I'm going to go with a wild guess that was in fact not a Kingdom Soldier, which is why there was a close-up on them at all. Aw, man, we're not going to do lessons that day? Alrighty. Super cool. Can I do Wyvern Lord? Sure can't. I need just one of my ranks higher. I would like to see what Pomp and Circumstance does, please. Grants luck, charisma +4. All right, well. There are more exciting things. And on that note, I believe I shall right class you into Sniper now, as much as this aesthetic, this little sprite is cool as hell. So this takes down your strength, I'm gonna assume. Oh no, your speed, oh really? You lose 3 speed, but your dex goes way back up to 36. You lose a bit of defense and a bit of charisma. I'll tolerate it. Back to Sniper.
This will do.
Yes. This just doesn't look right. Man, I've given you all this magic stuff. I really should just give you at least sword avoidance. Oh, the thing is, you're so fragile, but you're also very speedy. So in theory, your avoidance could be really good if I just gave you some actual things that. But all you've got for avoidance right now is the avoidance +8 from reason. So that's lame. I want avoidance +13, then +20 from a sword. So I need to ditch 2 here. You know, I'm actually going to ditch Black Magic Crit because you haven't been using enough spells off. You're not in the thick of things enough where I'm going to be banking on you to get a crit. I'm going to be using you to give someone another attack so that they can get a crit. In which case, it seems like it's kind of not sensical to give you the magic things at all, really. Let me give you HP +5 so you're a little more survivable, and I guess I'll give you Faith, maybe, over the Fiendish Blow. So you can equip a healing spell just for a little extra dodge if, for whatever reason, the sword isn't a good idea. Pavize is working out great. Certainly don't want to remove that. And I think I'm cool with Lancebreaker as well. I don't use it very consciously, but it has been helpful. This is cool for you, although Rally Magic could be very useful. Especially if you rally Flayn to give her rescue a range of +1, because it's every 4 magic. That's kind of cool. You can probably use that over HP +5. Let's do that. Say, when did I wreck your lance prowess? Put that over Faith. What am I doing? Ooh, an alert stance is a cool skill that I think I want. And you get like a better version once you get riding up to S or something. You get an alert stance plus, unless that's the mastery for one of the flying things. I'm not sure. But I think I want it over health +5. And this for Dimitri is good. All right, and you know what? I've been talking about how I want to replace Mercy's Iron Axe with a Killer Axe. So let's stop talking about it and just do it. I probably should have a Killer Axe lying around somewhere, don't I? Or not, but I can definitely buy one. Ooh, and a Brave Axe. Ooh, that could be cool. Ooh, and we also got a Brave Spear at some point, didn't we? So we should give that to, like, Sylvain or something. All right, but I'll do your Killer Axe instead. Thank you. And should I bump these both, in fact? Because I've got a lot of money. Yeah, I'm bumping up your Killer Knuckles, now they have +30. And I'm bumping up your Killer Axe. Great. She could use the leg up, I think. It's Wood Steel required for the longbow, although it would be good to have the extra damage on it. I'll hold off on that for now, because who knows when we're going to have enough of that to want that. Fix up those battalions, please. You don't actually have enough lance work to get it yet, but you'll be there soon, right? Real soon. Oh yeah, we got the Spear of Assault and all. Between all these we could actually, Sylvain could have some awesome stuff. If he has the Gradivis, the Spear of Assault, the Lance of Ruin, and the Brave Lance, he would be, and then the Javelin on top of that, he would just be like unstoppable with lances. All kinds of different shields too. A few elixirs as well. Oh no, just the one. That's just the one that, what's his face gave us? Seteth. Oh wow. She actually has a chance to pass Gremory right now. Way more than she does to get Dark Knight, somehow. I guess because her thing is more balanced at the moment. Do you think that would get her some defense, Gremory? Could do. But it's a lot of money for Master Seal, so let's not. And I kind of am interested in classing you into Dark Mage, but I won't do it until you have a 100% chance, because we only get 1 Dark Seal, as far as I understand. For now, anyways, at least. And after that, it would be to Warlock, and then to Mortal Savant. Very good. Let's head into the monastery, and then we'll watch these supports after I just head to the greenhouse and do that first, so I don't forget by any chance. Hot Trunk! Halo Pomegranate. Ooh, that's Dex, isn't it? So green is good. We haven't got any more. Should we buy more green to get a lot of Dex? Because there are certainly some... I'm going to go buy some more green seeds, because there are certainly people I want to have a little more Dex. Ooh, there's a quest we can pick up while we're here. Is this another merchant we can unlock? Oh, Anna. Hello. It's gone! Gone!
Hey, how about a favor?
It's gone! Gone, I say! I can't do business without it. Hey, you! Get it back from me and I'll cut you the deal of your life. Find the secret thingy that Anna is looking for. It seems that if you do, she'll open up her secret shop. Alright. What are your shoes? What the hell? What is that? I couldn't bring myself to say the actual thing, sorry. Oh yeah, we'll just buy all this bait for off-screen fishing. And what was I actually coming here to buy? Right, seeds. Just buy them as we need one, just get 4. They're not cheap. Alrighty. Thank you for that. And I think I'll hang on to this right now for no reason in particular. Well, how do you do? That looks like a shiny right beside my house. Oh, Chunk! Anna's secret thingy. This mysterious object, the mysterious object that Anna needs to open her secret shop. It's too incredible to behold, so I'm just like gingerly picking it up with 2 fingers, I assume. Certainly disturbed about that. Alrighty, let me tuck in to my bed here and watch some supports. Actually, I've got a few with people, haven't I? Seteth and Gilbert, right. My oh my. Well, let's do Felix and Seteth up to B for the time being.
Hello, Felix. Training alone again, I see.
Yeah, he still hasn't made any friends.
Spying on me again, I see.
It is not my intention to spy.
And Felix just always bites back with Seteth.
About you. I do not think you have been keeping your friends at a distance because you dislike them personally. Rather, I think what bothers you is their concept of proper knighthood. Is that not so?
Yeah, well, with Sylvain and Ingrid and Dimitri, I guess it's all a little different, ain't it? Than your ideals.
You really have been watching me closely. You're correct. I don't understand why they revere knighthood. I won't be friends with anyone who believes in that nonsense.
Well, I mean, too late, but...
Feel that way because of what happened in the tragedy of Dusker? I have heard the story. Your brother was one of the royal knights. He gave his life to defend the prince.
My brother was doing his job. My father is the real problem. When my brother's armor was brought back to the castle, do you know what he said?
He died like a true knight, you keep telling us.
He died like a true knight. Chivalry begets the worship and glorification of death. Am I alone in finding that grotesque?
No. It's pretty bleak. That's not all it's for, granted, but that is certainly a drawback of it. Especially with you and Fargus.
Excommunicate me for blaspheming like this.
Not at all. I am not a knight, so I have no intentions of lecturing you about chivalry. So long as one's conduct is consistent with the teachings of the goddess, it is up to the individual to decide right from wrong.
In that case, I'd like you to formally pardon me for not having friends.
You require no such pardon. This is merely advice from an old man to a younger one. As unwavering as your convictions may be, the others also feel strongly about their beliefs. If you hate all those whose beliefs are different from yours, you will hate everyone eventually.
Exactly. Well said. I think that is really the crux of the matter, just Felix having to learn to, well, to use Dimitri's words, to accept that which is unacceptable. But it's only unacceptable to Felix at the moment.
People with exactly the same beliefs as you simply do not exist. You do not have to change your beliefs, of course. But you do have to accept that others feel differently.
And maybe give your father less of a hard time.
That is my advice
about it.
I will speak no more of it.
Seteth, can I ask one thing? Why are you going out of your way to tell me this? Why bother with me at all?
Because I can't stand to see you push people away like that. Because it's Seteth and he's a good dude.
Because I trust you. Now that I've heard what you have to say, I trust you even more.
He sees that it comes from a place of goodwill. Your hatred of their chivalry.
I am also a rather eccentric person. I thought you and I might get along.
I see. You've gone to so much trouble. You may have to start making an effort as well.
Good. Do not take this the wrong way, but I hope you will surpass my expectations.
I'll be grading your friendship level, and that better be 110%. That's a strange way to phrase it, but that is a very sweet sentiment that they had together. And that's as far as that goes. To look at Annette. Annette and Gilbert. Yes, please. I'd like to see.
Father! Why do you pretend not to recognize me?
Annette,
I've been looking everywhere for you. Please stop treating me like a stranger. I can't bear it.
I was about to say, this has been going on for 5 years, but then I remembered she wasn't here fighting with him, with the Knights of Saros, for that long, I don't think.
Father, wait! How long will you keep avoiding me like this?
I have lost the right to face you or your mother.
Shouldn't that be something that her and her mother can decide for themselves?
This has nothing to do with rights. We're family. I'm your daughter.
Indeed, you are my daughter. Yet I am no father. I am only a fool who abandoned his family.
And you think the best way to remedy that is to just continue ignoring them? You got a funny way of thinking, Gilbert.
You really think it was foolish to abandon us?
I do.
Then the least you can do is apologize.
At least that much.
I'm fine, but Mother deserves as much.
Annette, you are not fine. You went through like 5 years of magic school just for a chance to get into this school because you thought he might be here. I do not think you are fine. make no mistake, I'm very glad you're here. I would be totally lost without you, but...
I finished my studies at the School of Sorcery and the Officers' Academy. I have a busy and satisfying life now. But Mother, she's waited for you to return all this time, living under my uncle's roof.
I am sorry, Annette.
What, sorry that you're not going to go back? Is that what you're saying?
I already told you, don't say that to me. Apologize to Mother. Let her see your face.
That I cannot do. I know you do not understand, but it is the way of things.
Well, you're not really doing much to help understand. You're just saying that's how it is.
As for you, Annette, say the word, and I will disappear from your life forever.
That's like the exact opposite of what she's trying to get you to do.
For now, though, I must return to my duties.
Whoa there. As your tactician, I'm saying it is in everyone's best interest if you get your ass back to Ferdiad or wherever Baron Dominic lives, and say hello to your grieving wife.
Father, how could you be so cruel?
Because he's an old man and well, I shouldn't say that, that's mean, but he's stubborn anyways. Stubborn in his ways. That ain't right. Seteth has got a whole bunch, hasn't he? Yeah. Let's do Seteth and Ingrid and then Seteth and me.
Ingrid, are you familiar with the story of the King of Liberation and the 10 elites of Fodlan?
I'm sure how read she is, she surely has. And I'm sure she's going to have some opinions on it.
Of course. They were the heroes who struck down evil with the power of the sacred weapons, protecting our land and people. Their strength was passed down through the ages, manifesting itself in the crest some of us are born with.
I wonder where he's going to take this, because this is what they were talking about before.
Yes, the 10 elites certainly possessed great power. But does that make them worthy of worship?
I imagine you ask because they later fought amongst themselves, turning on one another, ravaging the land.
Precisely. Initially, Nemesis and the 10 elites worked together to bring peace to Fodlan.
Probably when someone named him Nemesis, they should have rethought that, and then called him Best Friend or something, so that didn't happen.
But soon their ambitions got the best of them, and they clashed, using their sacred weapons on anyone they chose, strong and weak alike.
Well, 50% of that would bug Dimitri.
What I mean to say is, possessing strength alone does not make one worthy of respect.
Seteth is just dropping all the wisdom bombs today.
Rather, one should be judged by how they choose to use that strength.
Yes, I agree.
If you follow that logic, then you will see as to those who are born with crests.
It's basically the same thing all nowadays. I mean, those 10 elites basically... I don't know that they actually technically bore the crests. They were where the crests originated from. Whatever. But it's the same deal in a sense.
Now think of how your father wishes to wed you to another family's fortune on the basis of your crest.
Yes. What of it?
These are purely inherited qualities. Is it not foolish to judge a person's value by some inherited fortune?
Well, this is somewhat what you talked about before. You're kind of retreading old ground here.
That's all a crest is, really.
Just a bit of DNA.
That's what I think too. Having a crest or not has no bearing on your worth as a person.
I understand that Count Galatea believes he has the right to manage your affairs. I am certain he has his own share of problems. And I do not wish to meddle or lay blame.
Well, this is the complex thing, is that Ingrid doesn't feel right refusing him, but it is ultimately her choice.
If there is anything I should like to say to his daughter, it is this. How you live your life is up to you.
Thank you for your counsel and wisdom, Seteth. I've been thinking a lot lately about what might happen after the war. I will take some time to reflect on what lies ahead. My future.
Probably a good idea. Because every day may be your last opportunity to do so. Oh, hey, if you die in the war, then you won't have to worry about it. Seteth, what's cracking? Have you finally come around to trusting me?
A moment?
Yeah. Last support, all you did was talk about how you didn't trust me.
I doubted your ability. I regret ever holding such a view of you.
It's no biggie. I'd look very shifty, to be fair.
It is obvious to me now that you are extraordinary.
Okay, stop, please. Really?
Do you doubt your own power, even now?
Yeah. You haven't seen what I've seen, Seteth. I've died so many times in other timelines.
I suppose that's only natural. You've lived your whole life knowing next to nothing about yourself. Not even Geralt could have possibly known all there is to know about you. But I wonder, are you satisfied with that?
I mean, yeah, it's working out so far. What do you mean?
Are you content, not knowing who you are? Or do you yearn to know more?
I'm fine where we are now. I don't think... Every time I learn something more about my past, it significantly drains the serotonin from my body. I wouldn't know where to begin.
But you cannot go on not knowing, can you?
Why not? It's going well.
So, only one more question matters. Are you ready?
No, not even slightly. Ready for what?
The truth. All of it.
Oh, okay. No.
Learning
No,
it
no,
will
no.
doubtlessly have direct consequences on your life. I do not know what those will be. You may decide, once you learn it, that you wish you hadn't. But even if you have such regrets, you will never be able to return to ignorance.
See, I was already not on board.
So, need to know the truth?
No.
I see. That is what I wish to hear. Since the Archbishop put so much faith in you, I will continue to offer my aid. More
Okay,
than
well,
that,
I appreciate that.
I will put my faith in you as well.
Hey, grand.
And I will do all that is within my power to help you someday reach the truth.
Oh, thank you. I thought you made it sound like you knew something you were about to drop on me, but that's very kind. I appreciate that you'll stick with me through that, because I'm sure I'll be a mess when I learn whatever it is I'm going to learn. Ash and Gilbert, interesting.
Excellent. Well done, Ash. Continue such work.
Training him, I see.
You will certainly make a name for yourself.
You think so? Thank you, Gilbert. You are amazing, you know. Your skills with the lance and bow are just incredible.
If only you put that much effort into thinking about what would help your family.
One learns the craft of knighthood well after 40 years of service.
One learns the craft of loneliness well after 40 years of husbandlessness.
Wow, 40 years? That's incredible. With that many years of training, I'd be really strong, wouldn't I?
Further training and service will only make you stronger. Yet, why spend your life this way? Knighthood is not glamorous. On long campaigns, you sleep rough in all manner of weather, and may eat gruel more often than venison.
I don't think you're sussing out the correct aims of poor Ash here. Glamour is not his aim.
It seems odd that you would admire me, or that you would long to be a knight. Are you sure of yourself?
But of course, it's been my dream for a long time now.
For motivation's much different than just being
I
cool.
really can't help but admire you. Your years of knighthood are so impressive.
I do not deserve your praise. I merely performed my duties to the best of my skill.
Don't be modest, you're a great knight. If there's any more you can teach me, I would be very happy to learn.
It's also funny because Gilbert is learning magic right now, which Ash is way better at the present.
Tell me this. Once you don the armor, raise your shield, and level your lance, why? What is it you wish to protect?
Protect? Well, whatever needs protecting, right?
I know Gilbert's gonna be like, that's too naive. You need to focus yourself if you want to be a good knight in a second tier or something like that. But I tend to think that's a good approach. But to be clear, whatever needs protecting, not just whatever you're told to protect, I guess.
You must know exactly what you protect before
here you go.
you become a knight.
I understand. I'll take that to heart. What is it that you want to protect, if I may ask?
My duty has always been to protect my lord. That is a given for any knight. But for myself, doubly so. Then there are the personal
Why?
reasons.
Why for you doubly so? It's
Each
a little
knight
self-important.
has their own. Yet mine, I do not speak of.
Oh.
Right.
How come?
Because it is personal. Mine.
Because shut up!
Allows me
Don't
to
worry about
focus
it.
on the work and grants me discipline. That is sufficient.
Discipline, huh? Something to protect. I'll have to think of something.
Well, your little brother and sister, maybe, could be a good starting point. Interesting. Okay, Manuela and Seteth. Good stuff. This is gonna be great.
It seems I'm not the only one here. Manuela?
Ah!
Hello.
This is quite the surprise. I would not expect to find you here outside of ordinary prayer time.
Praying? No, I was just resting.
Standing up with my head
Whenever I'm
bowed.
in the infirmary, I simply cannot get out of doing work. I need a place to sit and close my eyes.
So what you're saying is there's a lineup of people bleeding out in front of your infirmary right now?
There is no need to hide it. It is obvious you quite solemnly just now.
No, I was just enjoying some old memories. That's all. In fact, I was just thinking about when my parents first brought me here as a child.
And they said, someday you're gonna work here.
I wandered off from my parents because I heard a beautiful voice. It was a woman, singing, somewhere just out of sight. I began to sing along.
So it's just, oh, that was
hoping she
me,
would
sorry.
hear me and that we might meet. I never found her, whoever she was. Yet, it was she who taught me I could sing.
Wow, at such a young age, and with no formal training, just did it out of nowhere. Cool.
Interesting. I'd never heard that. But I suppose if you were only a child, this would be before I arrived at Garreg Mach. In any case, if that singing voice helped you find your way, then that is a wonderful thing.
I've never told anyone else, but I believe it was the goddess I heard. And that day, she gifted me my singing voice.
And so it's like, oh, well, no, that's not possible.
I thank the goddess for leading me back here after I left the opera company.
That's a nice thought.
You know, when you speak in this way, it is as though you are an entirely different person.
You should talk about God more often.
If you were to behave that way more in your daily life, I would have a much higher opinion of you.
Oh, that's very sweet, coming from you, Seteth.
It's not sweet in general.
Should I take that to mean that you like your ladies pious and respectable?
One little compliment and you completely lose control of yourself. What am I to do with you?
Oh, it's a joke. Look,
with you, it can be hard to
just
tell,
be
to be
good
fair,
at
Manuela.
Serious conversations. Although, I would be lying if I said I wasn't interested in knowing what kind of woman does get your attention.
As thanks for the touching tale you have shared, I will satisfy your curiosity just this once.
Oh dear. Dish.
My preferred woman is kind, quiet, and proper. But above all else, she is straightforward and honest.
Quiet. Proper. There's no need to be cruel, Seteth.
I figured that was exactly how she was going to take that. Alrighty, Sylvain and Felix. Let's do it.
Sylvain.
The maximum rank.
Hey, Felix. I'm glad you're safe.
You irresponsible fool.
Oh, more
me like that?
jumping in front of people to get
So
hurt by
weak,
stuff.
And yet you always...
Look, it doesn't matter. As long as you're safe. You can go on living, while I...
Stop kidding around.
The melodrama on this one.
Die. I won't let you.
Alright, you're coming in. Sometimes we knock.
Nah, I won't die on you, I promise. You think something like this could kill me? No way.
Well, flashbacks to last episode.
A little magic, some bed rest, then I'm good to go out and do it all over again.
That's bleak as hell as a thought, considering how many people are probably going through this sort of thing on a daily basis, but I guess it's the way of things right now.
Sylvain?
Oh, come on, that was funny. It's not like you to be so concerned.
Man, that's messed up when healing is so advanced like this that soldiers are just gonna have to get back up right after they get hurt. Ugh.
You really are a fool. The biggest in all of Fodlan.
There might be bigger fools than Dagda, or Bridget even, but...
I thought something was off. There's no way you could die from such a small cut. You're so reckless and inattentive. I thought this might be divine punishment.
Hey, that's not nice. You should be thanking me.
I'm grateful. You've been doing this since we were children. Constantly
to be fair,
fooling
usually when
around,
Felix should be
but
thanking
then
someone, he's
showing
doing the
up and
opposite.
helping when we really need you. I'll admit, seeing that smile on your face, I almost want to give you a hug. Almost.
A hug?
Really?
Did you get hit on the head? Come on. Tell me you want to hug me again. I liked it.
Ooh.
I won't be
Spicy.
repeating
Scandal.
this. You're obviously fine, so I'll leave now.
It was just a hug, Felix. It was just a suggestion of a hug, and you brought it up.
You know how we grew up together?
Obviously.
Do you remember the promise we made when we were kids? About sticking together until we die together?
I remember.
Well, I'm really not trying to get myself killed before you. You know that, right?
Alright, but when you say that, it makes it sound like you want him to die first, which is not what you promised.
I know. But I'm tired of these close calls. You have to stop fooling around. Take your training more seriously. You can die whenever you please, but I'm not going down with you.
Okay, I get it. Once I've healed, I'll get my act together.
That was Sylvain's
you have
honest
a
voice.
speedy recovery. Sylvain, thank you.
That's what friends are for, Felix.
Felix was blushing. I would like everyone to take note. That's like the only time I've ever seen that happen, ever. Hang on. Well, I'm gonna play this line again and listen to the utter sincerity.
Okay, I get it. Once I've healed, I'll get my act together.
That. You never hear that in Sylvain, unless he means it. It was like that when he was talking to Mercedes as well. That's the best thing about getting to Sylvain's max supports is you just get those like moments where it's like, man, he's not messing around. He's actually means that. Holy crap. Me and Gilbert, let's chat, buddy.
Dear
Are you
goddess,
lamenting over more kids playing around in the city? Worried about smiling again? Hello!
who is it? Oh, Professor. What brings you here at this hour?
Oh, just making the rounds to see if anyone is in need of a heart-to-heart. I heard your voice.
I am most sorry for disturbing you.
No, I didn't hear it from my room. I was around.
The hour is late, Professor. You should be resting in preparation for the day to come.
I know. What were you doing?
I was offering my prayers to the goddess.
Okay, cool, bye.
It is all that I can do now. I told you I was in service of the royal family, yes?
Yes, I may have heard this once or twice before.
I was only a young soldier. The king saw fit to make a knight of me. I was given the great honor of guiding and protecting the royal family.
Guiding?
It was similar to your own work. I was a teacher of sorts.
Oh, that actually is interesting.
I instructed both King Lambert and Prince Dimitri in the arts of tactics and academia.
Then maybe you could explain why Dimitri's always late on his English essays. Or Fodlish.
I also did all in my power to keep them safe. Until that day.
Well, were you not doing all in your power on that day, or were you doing something else?
I was unable to fulfill my duty. I was powerless.
That doesn't mean you weren't doing all you could. You mean the tragedy of Desker?
Yes. When I received word of the attack, it was already too late. His Majesty was dead, along with many knights and soldiers. If only I had made it to Desker more quickly.
But you yourself just said that by the time you got wind of it, it was too late.
It is my fault that His Highness Dimitri has become the way he is now. After that, I abandoned my wife and child and fled my home.
He's really bleeding out here.
I
His
turned
heart.
my back on everything I swore to protect. My sins are countless.
It's not too late to start remedying some of them.
I will bear the weight of my guilt for as long as I live.
Or I could, as your tactician and the Archbishop, order you to go home. You're going about this the wrong way.
Apologizing to my daughter and wife. Devoting myself to His Highness. That is the way to atone.
At least the first one.
And yet, even if I am granted the forgiveness of those who still live, praying is all I can do to atone to those who are with us no more.
I suppose it's not the worst thing, but do still do those things that you can do. Praying won't help you to atone. I mean, if it makes him feel better, I don't want him to like not pray, but you can help the dead by doing things, the other things. I don't want to say either of these, really. If it helps you, I don't want to say don't do this, but also you can help them, just not just by doing this. I guess this is closer to what I want to say. Praying won't help you atone. Doing the other stuff will. Surprised Pikachu face.
Long ago, there was someone who told me something quite similar. Forgive me. This will not do. As I grow older, I find myself talking endlessly about the past. But it is too late for such things now. I have finished my prayers. We should return.
To where your wife lives, yes. We should do that. Or not, fine. Seteth and Flayn. Oh, this ought to be hilarious.
Flayn! There you are. I've been looking everywhere for you.
You worry too much.
She was
brother.
surely just like going to get something to eat.
I think a kidnapping is good cause for concern. I was so worried about you, I nearly fainted.
Had that not happened, I would have never been allowed to join the professor's class. Even from something so dire, some good did come of it.
That is a dangerous attitude. This world is full
Never be
of
optimistic,
error.
Flayn.
You must be more vigilant. Please understand, I allowed you to enroll here only because I thought it best for your safety.
I am very much aware of
Yeah,
that.
you made that pretty clear.
You wanted to speak to me of something?
Yes, my dear little sister. You are kind beyond all measure, and you are the very picture of innocence.
Alright, they took a weird turn into sudden praising.
But precisely because of these very fine qualities, I worry about your interactions with the others.
I see.
the youths of our army are particularly eccentric. As your brother,
No lies were told.
Any concerns you may have.
I do appreciate the offer, but all the students and professors have treated me exceptionally well.
Even so, there must be at least some worry. Please, you need not conceal anything from me.
You worry far too much. There is truly nothing to share, and nothing for you to fret over.
And if there was, this would not be the way you would go about getting it out of her.
Are you absolutely sure? The idea of you suffering in silence is unbearable to me.
Enough! I made it clear that nothing is wrong. I stand by my word.
And when have you ever known her to really suffer in silence?
Well, there is one concern that comes to mind.
What is it? Tell me. I will help however I can.
There is a certain somebody who seems determined to get in the way of my friendships with my classmates.
What? That's horrible. Fear not. I will handle this scoundrel for you. Just tell me his name.
It is you, brother. Now then, I must be on my way.
Surprised Pikachu face part 2.
What was Flayn getting at just now? Let's see, I was speaking to her. I asked her to share her concerns, and...
She could not have been more clear. Getting at, she straight up just said, you're interfering with my social relationships.
Something else. No matter.
Did he just...
Fear not, Flayn. Your brother will protect you from all harm.
Did he just pass out when she said that and then, like, erase it from his own brain? Holy cowaloli, man. Manuela and Gilbert. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this.
Is that singing?
The blue sea glimmers in the dark. The red canyon calls.
Oh, maybe she actually wasn't praying when the last thing was said. She just is where she goes to sing. Which I guess would make sense given she said she met the voice of the goddess here at one time.
Goddess rich in dreams, to her throne she falls.
Is this just a warm-up, or
Well, Gilbert,
you practicing for a show?
What do you think?
Oh man, she knew he was
My
there.
lady, you were not meant to notice me.
Which is why I stood 3 feet from your back.
Nobody could miss a good man like you.
My apologies for interrupting. Please excuse me.
No, Gilbert, hold on a moment. You're not disturbing me, truly. I want very much to know what you thought of my singing.
I was actually doing it here to lure you in so I could ask your opinion.
The least you can do is tell me.
And get more...
Lovely. Sounded lovely.
Lovely? Is that what you really feel? Please, be honest.
Why would you suppose I was dishonest?
That is not the look of someone who just heard what they deem to be lovely.
Or maybe he's uncomfortable because you're badgering him for his opinion in a sort of flirty way and he's married.
It hurts my confidence when my voice can lure a fleeting smile to your face.
Oh, well, he also has this thing where he's not allowed to let himself smile.
It's as though my singing voice has died since stepping off the Middle Franc stage.
You're misreading this all the way.
My lady Manuela, that could be no further from the truth.
If that's the case, then Gilbert, I challenge you to a duel.
I'm sorry? You challenged... Wait, hold on. Huh? Something doesn't seem right about this sequence of events. What?
My singing versus your iron mask.
Ah.
I will
That kind of duel.
And I will see passion in your eyes.
I thought you were about to, like, draw swords and just be like, have at ye. But okay.
Why did she leave so suddenly? And what could she have meant by a duel? Something is surely troubling her.
No, I think she just has a strange way of talking. Ash and Annie up to max friendshipness.
Almost forgot how spooky this place is. I don't know if I can do this alone.
She's gone back into the tower to get her
No,
doll.
I've got to. What use am I to anyone if I can't even handle an empty tower?
I mean, there are plenty of uses that do not involve going into empty towers, Ash.
Here goes.
You can still bring a torch. You don't have to go there in the dark.
From my father must be in there, but I'm too scared to go looking for it.
Annette!
Ash, what are you doing here?
Oh, here, I got this for
I
you.
love how you can hear the changes in the tone of his voice. He's like clearly just like shaken up now.
My doll! You went back for it?
Because he lost it.
Your father gave it to you. I know you said you'd throw it away, but you can't just toss out something so important.
At least give it to me.
Ash, thank you. I'm so happy. To be honest, I didn't have the courage to go back in there to get it myself.
Neither did he.
But thanks to you, I didn't have to.
That's
And
what
you're afraid
friends
of
are
ghosts,
for.
right? okay in there all by yourself?
Well, not really. I tried my best not to think about it. My legs shook whenever I did.
I love how it's just straight up with her. Just like, no, it was awful.
Oh, poor Ash. You're safe now, I promise.
Knock it off, would you? I'm okay now. But I'm glad I could help you and see a smile on your face. Look at me, though. A grown man, scared of ghosts. Pathetic, right?
No, dude, you're like a soldier in war. You're in a constant state of being afraid for your life. I don't think being afraid of this one thing would be a smudge on your reputation in any sense.
No, I don't think that at all. I think you're something special, Ash. You were really brave, and all for me. That wasn't an easy thing to do. I'm in awe of you.
Thanks. Maybe there is still hope for me.
It's like example 456 of how did Annette possibly say that with a straight face.
Yes, I'll gladly attest to that. I'm sure you'll be a splendid knight. Maybe you'll even outdo my father.
Well, that's a frightening thought, comparing me to someone like Gilbert. But it's a happy one, too. It makes me want to work that much harder.
That's even more interesting when we consider the conversation you just had with Gilbert. Well, very nice. I'm happy that you got your doll back, and I'm also happy that you and Ash had a moment of bonding over it. And Felix and Mercy, is this their Max? He's just like waiting for her to say something so he can be like, wait, no, shut up. I'm not your brother.
Do you need something? Let's hear it.
Oh, no, I don't need anything. I was just hoping to talk to you.
Which is why I spent a good 10 seconds standing there staring at you.
When I said you could be near me, I meant on the battlefield. You're pushing it a little too far. You better not start calling me Emil.
You know, I'm not just using you as a stand-in for my brother.
I'm adopting you wholeheartedly. You're my actual brother now.
I don't mean to upset you, but I've come to realize that you two don't have that much in common after all.
You lack the affinity for wielding farming tools that he has.
I don't understand. Why are you hanging around me if not to replace your brother?
It's not that I want to be near Emil, but I want to be near you.
Let me spell this out for you. I enjoy your company.
What?
How embarrassing. It must sound like I'm coming on to you.
He's like, that's exactly what it sounds like. Get away from me.
Regardless, you've made it clear that you don't want me around.
No. It's not that.
Good. Then I'll continue to spend time at your side.
Ruined by facts and logic.
What a perplexing creature.
What's that? Did you say something?
He did, but he's not going to repeat
Never
it.
mind that. Why don't we go out for a nice cup of tea?
So we can say,
Can't
why am I
think of a
here?
reason to refuse your invitation, so I suppose I have to accept.
Oh, I stand corrected. This is the second time I've seen Felix blush. Well, now he understands. She was coming on to her brother the whole time. No, wait. I read the moral of that wrong. Anyways, in the end, that did take most of our time. So next episode is going to be the rest of the monastery stuff here. And, I should check the calendar. Do we have paralogs going on here? Ooh, Weather Veins of Fodlan. Annette and Gilbert hope to acquire the hero's relic of House Dominic from Annette's uncle, Baron Dominic. I also hope to acquire this from Baron Dominic. And while you're there, Gilbert, maybe you could pull the stones out of your pants. That sounded so not how I meant it. Get the anchor out of your arse and go talk to your wife. So perhaps wow, that was bad. Next episode, we'll do all we can talking to people here. There doesn't look like there's tons to talk to, but that's that for now. Chapter 15, look at us go. Man, poor Randolph, dude. And poor Flash by extension. Well, we're all such good friends now, and it's so cool. It's a cool feature that, friendship gives you the ability to work better together. And there is some truth to that in real life, of course. There are plenty of people who will attest to the values of working with people they know and are fond of. But it kind of makes you wonder what sort of... Because the opposite is also true, so right? Sometimes when you work with people you have a tendency to get distracted and mess about because you're too familiar with them. So there's a question. What is the link, the correlation between familiarity and good working togetherness? Can you work well with someone you've only just met? I'd say it's possible. Sometimes it's about whether your work style is similar and stuff like that. I think there is a correlation between familiarity and how well you work together, but there are plenty of outliers to the point where I think it wouldn't even be really considered the majority of what contributes to it. But it's an interesting thought because that is very much a thing of, and even in the Fire Emblem games without supports, it's like the whole point is that these are all people who know your commander personally, and know each other personally by the end, and that's why they're able to be strong for each other. It's an interesting thought. Speaking of Fire Emblem and friends getting to know each other, next video is going to be more Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, I am pretty confident. So that'll be great. We'll finally get to see an end to that mission that we left off in, because we got only part of the way through it. It took a long time to get as far as we got. So I'll be super thrilled to get into that with ye when we do, if you choose to come for that adventure. And that means that we are currently ending this episode. It's over. So next time we'll see about mulling about the monastery and doing a bit of chatting and seeing about some, well, stuff. And I'll probably leave at least one activity point for doing a meal with Annette and Mercedes so we can see how that goes. And I wonder if maybe once Annette and Gilbert get more supports, if they'll have a fun, unique meal dialogue. We shall see, won't we? So thank you very much for coming around. Hopefully I will see you around. Admiral's gonna be out of here now. Peace! What's with the background there? What the hell? See, that works in the dream world where you could actually feasibly, but here the way the perspective is, it looks like either I'm like right on the crest of a huge hill, or I'm literally floating in a void of purple sky. It is really pretty though. Okay, so, oh hey, what's with this?